Welcome to a brand new season of the TAUK Peer-to-Peer podcast. And this season, we've changed things up a little. I'm here as your new host. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Steph, one of the co-founders of TAUK, long-time industry lover, estate agent of many years, and truth teller. And hopefully we'll really dig under the skin of what makes personal estate agency so great. This season is called Freedom with Foundations. You're going to hear me mention hyperlocal even more than I normally do. We're going to talk about the duality of brand. But most importantly, we're going to hear from estate agents, probably just like you guys who are listening and watching, but who are maybe a couple of steps ahead. So if you are considering going down the personal estate agency route, this is going to be gold dust. Take this like a voice note from somebody several steps ahead. If you're 3 months in or 3 years in and just need a little bit of inspiration, take each and every one of these episodes as the opportunity to restart, reset, and go again. But I'm your new captain. Hopefully we'll hear a load of honesty, some humour, the occasional swear words, and hopefully this season is going to be bigger, funnier, sassier and sharper than ever before, because personal estate agency deserves a personal voice. Welcome to season 3. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the TAUK Peer-to-Peer podcast, season 3. Episode 4. And today we're talking about the start, the magical bit, the messy bit, the bit that loads of people overcomplicate and some plain run from. But I've got 2 brilliant agents with me who are at the start of their journeys. One about 2 months in, that's Laura, basically in nappies at this point, newbie. And Lorraine, who's 6 months in, basically a veteran now. How are you feeling?
It's good. It's good. I feel I've initially starting was very nerve-wracking. I know how you feel, Laura. 2 months in, am I going to get there? How is it going to work out? But it's this amount of support we get.
What surprised you the most so far, Laura? I'll come to you next.
I think for me, it's been in the industry for such a long time. You're kind of setting your standards and you kind of know what your day-to-day routine is. It's stripping that back and just creating a brand new routine. So, you know, the going door knocking, the introducing yourself to people, getting out and about in the community where you've been before, but being behind a desk and never got up from it. And just kind of going out there and saying, look, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for you, the client. And I want to help you as best as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And sticking to it. I mean, as Lorraine said, you know, it's the support that you get and the mentorship that you get because it's just slightly different. And the main thing everyone says is consistency. Keep doing it, keep doing what you do and keep doing the same thing and the return will come. But impatience is not my strong point. So,
Lorraine, have you had a what the hell am I doing moment yet?
Oh, yes, I have. Yes.
I've had them for you.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah, I have. But and a lot of people have asked me because I made quite a huge change in my career choices. So being self-employed being one, am I going to lose that sense of a part of a team? Where was my colleague base coming from? I'm just putting myself out there as well. But honestly, although it's been hard and challenging, it's been very positive in that respect. Every single corner I've had support. I've had somebody to go to guide me. Even when, you know, really thinking, what have I done? What have I stepping into? I've never once regretted it.
Good.
Never been a regret.
Good.
It's always been an answer.
Tell me about one of your first wins so far.
First win for me is first sale.
Yeah.
Which is good. Amazing. One of the big wins for me was a local solicitor who knew me from being in a high street branch, who's championed me from as soon as we press launch and was like, Laura, we need this here. It's exactly what Crosby needs. And has really stood by it and give me introductions to
Brilliant.
directors in their company, and they've given me another instruction as well. So it's just getting out there and being who I am.
Absolutely. Lorraine, a big win for you?
Big win for me was literally, I think, my first instruction from a comp slip, from going out, knocking on the doors. Following that model, following what we were told in training, consistency, as you've said, Laura, putting that comp slip through the door week after week after week, and then knocking on their door and they're going, oh, it's you who's been putting that through my door. Straight in their living room, straight for valuation. We're completing on that house next week, which is just absolutely a huge win. I feel so proud and feel so pleased for them as well.
Yeah, that's what matters.
About.
Absolutely. So I think there's a bit of a misconception that you need a huge personal brand before starting this. And I don't necessarily think that's the case. What do you guys think?
No, I mean, again, you are an estate agent in a local area, and I was in the area that I'm covering now. But people only know you as a branch manager sometimes if they want to complain. So realistically, you're not the face of it all the time. They'll see you in evaluation and then they don't deal with you for a period of time, whereas building a personal brand is you from the start to the finish and seeing all the exciting milestones that happen throughout, holding the hand when they're crying, and explaining it's all going to be okay and that you've had the experience before because you've dealt with it before. So I think, no, you don't need to have a personal brand beforehand. You just need to build a genuine kind of mindset.
I think also the point being hyper-local as well. As an individual, as a part of the community you're working in, that in itself is you presenting yourself and how much you care and how much you're invested in achieving the moving goal for your client. I think just being that person in and around amongst the community makes you your brand itself.
Yeah, absolutely. If you were talking to a new agent who was starting today, what one thing would you say has been the greatest source of business generation that you'd tell them to absolutely go out and do?
Door knocking. 1000%. Door knocking. It's that there's never a negative response from a door knock. It's a conversation you're going to have. It's a opportunity to let somebody know who you are. Even if it doesn't result in an instruction, it's another person who's heard of you, and they might have known, you might have impressed them on the doorstep. You'll remember. You'll be remembered by them, and you'll be passed on as a referral or whatever.
I think it's getting rid of the fear, isn't it? It's the fear of knocking on the door and getting rejected. I've found the exact same as you. I've gone and knocked on the doors and everyone's been so positive about it. They've all been like, I really admire what you're doing. You know, you're going out and you're setting up for your business. No one else has done that. And in our area where we're looking at and looking after, no one else is doing it. They're just not doing it at all. So it makes you stand out from the crowd. And as you said, it's saying to them, well, if you're not moving or it's not the right time for you, throw my name in the hat when you're speaking to someone down the pub, you know, about moving house.
That's it. And again, the door knocking, like you say, no one else is doing it. Yes, a lot of people are putting their cards through the door. I've had one instruction and it was literally because you took the time to actually speak to me.
Yeah. We've sort of touched on it, but I want to go back there again. People think that going self-employed means, you know, you're on your own. I like to say that TAUK, you're not on your own, you're just now in charge. What do you think have you felt that would be impossible without TAUK?
I think for me, obviously being in the industry for quite some time, going self-employed was a massive thing that you'd think about for years and years and years. But the TAUK model is more that you have got the support. So you think, oh, if I've got the wins, who am I going to celebrate with? If I've got the lows of a fall through, who am I going to have, who's going to help me get back up? You've got that. And in 2 months in, you're speaking to people all up and down the country and they've become friends very, very quickly. Whereas in other places that you've worked with before, you don't even trust the people you're spending every single day of your life with. It's completely different. Everyone wants everyone to win. Everyone's a supporter of each other. There's no malice. It's fabulous, fabulous place to be.
It is. And you can just pick up the phone or join that Tuesday weekly call. But again, as well, I think the advance commission is a huge thing. that enables you to think, well, I can go from A to B and still earn something whilst doing it. And I think that, along with the support, has really taken down those bricks that have been that risk issue that you might start thinking of what am I risking by making that move?
Yeah.
Support and the advance commission just takes that away.
Let's talk tactics, because new agents need to hear them. What's one hyperlocal thing that you've done that's helped generate an opportunity?
I think it's door knocking again. It's getting the compliment slip out. It's speaking to everyone in your address book and saying, hi, this is what I'm doing now. You may not be moving, but when you're speaking to people, can you let them know this is what I'm doing? And again, it's the freedom to work in different places each day, different coffee shops, different pubs, different restaurants, and supporting the local businesses, not the chains. And just, showcasing that you care about the community. I'm on a school mums group, and they all know that I'm Laura, the estate agent, whether they like it or not.
But yeah, it is supporting those local businesses, isn't it? Having your coffee every day and doing that post with the daily dose, etc. It is that, and being involved in the community, going to the events, going to the village fetes, going to the sports fairs that they have on, and it's just showing yourself as being part of what you say you are, part of the community, understanding what it is means to people to live in the area. And
do you think clients can tell the difference between what's out there in conventional agency and what we're trying to do?
Yeah, the feedback I've had so far is phenomenal. Just setting WhatsApp groups, it sounds so simple. Between all parties that are involved. So vendors on one, buyers on another, and they're kept up to date with every single aspect. They can do it while they're in work. They tell you that they're going to go and do it when they finish work, and it's done. And you're finding that documentation's coming back quicker. You're in contact with them a lot more frequently. They feel like you are kind of holding their hand, and it's different. It feels different than I've tried to get a hold of that estate agent and I couldn't really get through because I was in work and this, that and the other. So at least it is working in that respect for me.
The accessibility, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive.
Us being available for them when they need us, out of hours, out of office hours, at weekends. I don't know quite how you would sell a house in office hours. How do you do that? People are busy.
It's difficult. It is difficult. And I think that's where the barriers come up, because there's frustration then that they can't communicate when they want to. I also think it's a bit more enjoyable. Because you might be sat there at home, but you've got an email that's come through or a WhatsApp message and you're dealing with it straight away. They're not worrying about it overnight, at which point can lead to a fall through. You're dealing with it head on. So it is better.
I think you really get to know the clients as well. You really understand what it is that their motivation about their movement. You really start to care because you're dealing with them start to finish, taking them through every step. And I think that care genuinely shows. You build that relationship with them, don't you? Like you do, like you say, through the WhatsApps and through that regular communication. It's powerful.
Lorraine, you're a few months ahead of where Laura is in her journey. When you look back over the last 6 months, is there something that you kick yourself about or something that you should have done a bit more of? So give people that are at the start, just like Laura, the chance not to take that misstep again.
Good question. I followed the model to the letter, but then its consistency is really difficult. It's keeping that momentum. Getting into your comp slips, doing those 10 weeks of comp slipping. Towards those 10 weeks, you can start getting distracted with your other stages of what's coming in, but it's planning and making sure your diary is actually blocked out for that different stage and committing to it. Keeping to it. That's all. I think I might have dropped a few balls along the way in consistency, and that's probably when I've had those moments, what am I doing? When it became erratic like that, that's when you start to think, but no, very quickly picked up again with the support and a good old little chat with a mentor.
No, that's great. And that kind of honesty is what the foundation of TAUK is built on. It'll probably come as no surprise that consistency is always the thing that people wish they'd done a little bit more. But that wraps up this episode of the TA UK Peer-to-Peer podcast. And if you're watching or listening to this podcast and thinking, can I take the leap? Here's 2 great examples that you absolutely can. All you need is some fire in your belly and a great platform backing you. This is TA UK, the home of personal estate agency.